Hello, welcome to the reading room. It's Sylvie here. Today we're going to do a tarot card, and it's on secret admirers. Who has a crush on you, and what are their intentions? So choose your pile, take your time. A lot of times it's your first choice, you know. Okay, so I'm going to get started. Okay, so let's see what's going on. So the secret admirer, yeah. So who has a crush on you? Let's find this out. Well, there's definitely it's the beginning. It's been happening, or the thought's been there for a while. Like it's a new way of acting, I guess, new way of starting. So they're ready, or they've been pursuing you already. They've been admiring you from afar. From a distance, for sure. They're not close. They're from a distance. So they're either away, or like, like they're definitely have it's like they're letting you know they're interested. They've spoke to you. They've showed their interest, but they're kind of like in the social group, or in a social surroundings of some kind, almost like they're in a group. And they kind of stand out in the group. Actually, they're prominent. They definitely like, if they're going to be all together in the same area, like in the same place, they're going to stand out. And I know we're not meeting right now, but so if it's on the social media, their voice is standing out, or they have a way of talking. Depends how you're contacted. But there's definitely something about it, and it's definitely feel like in a group. Also, they could be friends of a friend of a friend. That's possible too. I picked that scenario up, so that must be kind of specific. Let's see. So let's see. So they definitely they are a person who's very caring, very loving, and they I want to say they love to be in love. So they're very passionate. They love all this. I'm getting a lot of love in my speech too, because it's so. They have this deep feeling, and they really like. They're either in love with you already, or they want to get to know you. They have a real strong interest in you, and they feel like you could be the one. Like, for them, it's not you're not just this person who's definitely admiring you is not someone who's taking it lightly, or thinking that they're like, you're just out there for a good time. They really want a relationship, or they want a meaningful relationship, and they feel it. They feel totally in love. I dropped the card and picked it. Okay, so they totally feel like they're I do feel like they're kind. They think with their heart. Their heart gets them in trouble sometimes. Sometimes they do. They react before they think. So they definitely well, I say they act before they think, but they do think. They do stop. They wait. They're not like, they don't rush in, but they do hold themselves back, and they do think about it. They, like, when the opportunity arises, or when the occasion arises, they're a go-getter. They do grab their opportunities. Oh, I get it. They in love, and their feeling for love is when they get themselves in trouble, because they're really a person that's a romantic, or they just get carried away with how they feel. They get blinded by their passion. But for others, like, for when it comes to solving problems, taking care of things, they're very strong and very able, and they do what they like. When they say something, they'll do it. They're always ready to help and take action, as long as it's fair. They weigh it out. They weigh their pros and cons. They just don't jump right in. But yeah, so they're very strong and very able and very capable, very stable. They're wow. That's funny because they're very passionate. They almost feel like to me, they're a redhead, or they're a rose blonde type person. So they have a brownish, light brownish brown hair too. It could be very now, I know this sounds weird, but for somebody, they could be Irish, because Irish comes out for me. I mean, I'm getting the message of someone who's Irish. So for someone, it could be you have someone in your surroundings. Although I do feel that there is the redhead. It's definitely. I want to pinpoint the color, because for somebody it's really it's not it's more like a I want to say dirty blonde, rosy blonde type hair, light brown, but with some highlights to it or something, like, when the sun shines, a highlight comes out, or it's in the reddish, but a real kind of almost reddish, orangey red, I guess, like a fire flame of some kind. So they add color to their hair to make it more so, or they're naturally like that. It depends. They're very passionate. They're very like lean, and they're very tall and very lean, and they're flexible. So they're either, I don't feel like they're like doing weights or something like that. That's not what I get. I get more like they're a runner, or they do some kind of activity that causes them a lot of like they're lean, like, like it just makes their body look longer, because they seem to exercise a lot, I guess, or do running, or do something. I almost feel like somebody's running a course or something. So it's really like I'm getting a lot of messages. I'm getting a lot of messages, I guess that's what I'm going to say. They don't always think rational either. They're very ready to sometimes do, even though they do wait for certain things. Like when it comes to business or serious issues, they're more apt to wait than when they're love. But yet they do have this urge to release, to go and release. You can feel it in them. So they're edgy. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. They have an edgy personality. They're open. They're the type of person that's open, so you can see that in them. They're gonna look at you with curiosity and like ready to listen, and like have that look, like yeah, that they have that. So it's almost like you can see it in them, and sometimes they don't see everything. They kind of like don't see everything black and white. They have this in between viewpoint, or this way of thinking or looking at things. So it's not always the same, or they don't go one extreme or the other. They're very into the shades, like in between. That must mean something to someone. They must be questioning what kind of mindset they have. Let me see. So that's what I'm picking up so far. And I want to say that they have long fingers too. They do have long fingers, and they do have long toes, especially like, like lean toes. So they're lean toes, lean fingers, long neck, reddish hair of some kind, or blondish, reddish, light brown with highlights in it of reddish color type things, dirty, sandy, colors. Yeah, and long hair too, by the way. I almost forgot to mention. So if you're a male, if it's a male, he's got longer hair. Doesn't mean it's like, I don't feel like it's like shoulder length, or maybe not. Could be, but I also feel like somebody could be tying it up. So they have long enough hair that they could tie up, and for the girl, she feels like she has really long hair. Okay, so that's a lot of details on a. I don't always pick up details like that, so So what are their intentions? Well, their intentions is there. Like they're open. They want to be known presence. They're thinking, yes, this, I want this. This is something that makes them happy. That they're going to be wanting to share their happiness with their. They want to transform or change into a better situation. So I don't feel like they're with somebody, or but they're wanting to be. And you're definitely in the center of attention for sure. They put themselves there, so you can notice them too. Yeah, see the sunshine. I knew it was happiness. They really want to be happy. They want to introduce themselves, or show themselves, and show you joy and happiness. They want to show you how happy life can be, and what all it entails, and they have a lot to offer. They sometimes, they're not always out there. Like, so it's not like they're not a partier. They're not someone that goes out and puts themselves in situations where there's a lot of noise and activities. They're more the person that is on the background, or they're like at home and they like to read the books, or they're curious again, but they're like a person that's intrigued with life, and when they pick their activities, they think about it and they choose it, and there's a reason why they go do this activity. So they could be like a person that goes, I want to say for some that it's like go see a museum, or for others a site, something that's in the histories, or something that's of importance, or also something that is of value. So they're very thoughtful in their activities of what they like to do, but also they know how to have fun. They do. They just a lot of their fun is thought of in a way that brings more curiosity and more intrigue, and more fascinated for life kind of person. Wow, I've never had such a long reading, and I don't even have all my cards yet. I mean, for the beginning, it's amazing how much information I'm receiving today. They have never been with somebody for a long length of time, or had a solid relationship. So not that they, I don't feel like they had many relationships, but they didn't have a certain person that they were really interested in, or they really wanted. Like, this is like something new for them. They're not a person that thinks about what they want or what they don't have. It's not that they missed it or they wish they had. It's just they never did find the right person. And so for them, they're so excited because they feel like life has brought them you into their lives, and so they need to approach you, or they need to let you know they want you to be part of their life. They really like who you are and what kind of person you are, and they're kind of like want to really get to know you and show you what they can offer. So it's not like a stalker. I don't feel like they're stalking you. I feel like they because they're a hermit, because they like to think and they step back, they really want it, and they think about their moments. So they really want to have the right time to come out and introduce themselves, or if they have actually talked to you, they just haven't introduced their intentions. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, they if you do go with this person, when they show you the romance is definitely a success, so you will like this person, and there's a lot to give and take in this relationship. So this will even go to a relationship with a lot of give and take. I mean, they'll give and they'll take, and so will you. It's a real, that's how it is. Yeah, it's very productive, very exciting, very it's like they're strong. They're like dominant. You may be dominant, but they're dominant. And they're very very capable of showing you a great time. So they're not shy or scared of that, and they're not shy of showing who they are at all. they're quite mysterious at some point too. They don't give themselves to everybody. They're kind of like a person that can create a lot, yet they don't put themselves out in that spotlight. They well for you because they want your attention. They want you to get to know you. But other than that, normally they don't. They're not gonna, yeah. They're definitely somebody that you could see yourself with. There's somebody that you've been asking. So this person is kind of being manifested by you, because it's sort of like something that you've been asking, and kind of like saying, well, geez, I wish I had this and this and this. There's specific a list that you've been making, and this person has quite a bit of it. They don't have as much as what you're hoping, because it's almost like they're saying that you can't fulfill that whole list. But for those who have been wishing, making a list of certain qualities they wish that person that they're going to be with have, then this is definitely being manifested. And if you haven't done that part, then it obviously doesn't resonate with you. Then it's obviously not for you. There's different messages, for different people in this reading. Hopefully most of it fits, but sometimes, there's special messages. So that's what I'm getting. I don't know if there's any more to say. It was quite full here. So anyway, let's get it. Oh, there's a message for you right here. Ah, well, there you go. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Yep. This is definitely, it's like, wow, like what luck do you have to find this? So for this to happen. Yes, it's going to take you away, blow you away. Like, you're going to be like, wow. But you're going to have to put some effort into it. It's not going to be like easy. Never easy sometimes to get to know a person that, especially they're so strong. They are a strong person. So your spiritual guides or your divine wants to let you know that it's not that easy. They're not an easy personality, and you will have to put some effort into it. But you'll see that this will definitely bring you some luck and definitely bring you some joy. So that's it. That's all I'm saying. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Group number 2, let's see what you have. There was a lot to say in group 1, so let's see. Hopefully this is as much. Well, here, this person has a lot of emotions. This person is like definitely wanting something. They definitely have lots to offer. They have lots of, they're big feelings. They have huge feelings. They have a lot to offer. They're very loyal and dedicated and trusting. That's for sure, because their emotions are really intact, and they usually get what they want, and they know how to go about getting what they want. They follow their intuition or their feelings, or I'll take a drink. So they're very they have some knowing about them too. I feel like they sit back and they really obtain their wishes. They're very capable. So what's going on here? So they often make decisions, like they're a type of person that when they make a decision, they weigh it, they decide, they really think about it. They don't rush their decisions. They're very careful, and they want to make the right choice. And they have this inner strength with them, and also they seem to bring a lot of with their decision making. They tend to make a lot of good decisions and bring a lot of good results. Like, so they're very passionate about what they want, and they know how to get it, but they always weigh it out. They don't just jump in. They're a person that's they're very worldly. They know how to create when they need to create. They know how to succeed when they need to succeed. They do some type of meditation. If it's not meditation, it's definitely something I want to say they do Tai Chi. So I'll say it. And then for some others, they definitely are a type of person that well, I guess martial arts is being said more than once of some kind, and it doesn't seem like it's really intense. It's more like a, because I don't know the names of them all, but they're more like the type where you're moving and thinking, and you're taking in the silence at the same time type thing, and let me see. Yeah, so they definitely a well put together person. So what they look like a little bit, I must tell you, they're definitely in the blonde type. They have like the blondish hair. They definitely they're also, I must say, they're kind of like a type of person that's more honest and happy. They're happy, and their honesty shows up. Like when you look at them, you almost trusting. That's what I'm trying to say. They have this trusting way about them, and they're happy. So they smile a lot. They laugh a lot. They light up a room. They come in, and everybody's like, "Wow, you're here! Oh yeah." That type of person. And they bring a lot of joy, but they're also caring and loving for others and themselves, and they're really in tune with creating or changing life to their benefit. I mean, they whatever they want, they're going to create it and turn it to their advantage. They seem to be I want to say that for a girl, they're curvy. They're like they're a bit, maybe even plumpy, a little bit rounder. And the guy too, like he's built. He has some, like, definitely some muscles around him, I guess, but yet might have a little bit of a stomach too, So they're kind of like fit, but with a little bit of a food loving. Type thing. That's what I'm getting, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yes, but they're very pretty. They're very, pretty. I guess I call the boy pretty too, but yeah, they're very pretty people. They're very, he's handsome or she's beautiful, but it's not so much as beautiful and handsome to the extreme. It's just that they have this prettiness, and that's what I want to say, because I want to stick to that word, because it's like they're pretty, plus they're happy that they smile so much, and they're happy that they light up the room, so they're even more beautiful than on top of it. And their appearance is very I want to say sexy or sensual, or like and they're not show off. I don't mean that. I don't mean they go in the room showing off, but they do have this way about them that is appealing to a lot of people. So that's the type of person that's has a crush on you. So they're, I don't think they're hard to find if you spot them. I think you'll see them easily enough. Their intention, they've been wanting they've been wanting a chance with you, or they've been wanting definitely someone like you. They feel that it would be the just partner, the fairness of life, something to do with they think that they deserve to be happy with someone like you. So they're very confident, by the way. They don't lack the confidence there. They're also a person that's ready to do so whenever the occasion arises, that they can step in front and let you know who they are or what they want. They will. It hasn't showed up yet. So they're waiting for that moment. They're ready. They're ready to show themselves. They just haven't done it yet. And they have every intention. For them, you're the one. That's it. There's no other. Like, you're the one. So they will show themselves. There's no doubt, because of what's going on in the world right now, that they don't feel it's the right time. I'm not sure, because a lot of things have been delayed in while this is going on out there. So it could be that, or it could be that they just not the right time, and they'll show themselves when it is. But they do have an eye on you. They already know who you are and where you work and what you do. And I feel like they know a lot about you already. So they either are on social media, or they're family connected, or they know your family in some way, or they've been in your surroundings for a long time, or they're a friend of a friend of a friend, or something like that. But they've definitely been in your life. I feel like you're not new to them. You're just new in their eyes. Like they've never really noticed you before, or they never thought about you in this way before, or maybe time like growing up and later re-seeing you again. I don't know, but they definitely feel like they've been part of your life or in your surroundings for a while. They're not like new to you. Let me see. What is an issue, or if there is an issue? Yeah, they not really been taking care of themselves in that way, or really paying attention. So they really don't have a lot of friends, I guess. They not really been that kind to themselves, caring. So they're not selfish, I guess, what I'm trying to say. They haven't really pampered themselves, or they haven't really took time to figure out who they are exactly. They've been kind of busy, but they really don't have much friends. No, they left. They hold on to a lot. So that's why they haven't been they hold on to a lot. So they hold grudges. They hold if they have something against someone, they'll hold on to it. They won't walk away. They hold inside. So that's what one downfall that they have, is that they hold grudges. Yeah, they don't know what to do with it. So that's why they don't have much friends. It's because they get hurt easily, and when they get hurt, they hold grudges, and so their friend list doesn't grow. So that's one of their negative traits. That's what they're saying. So, oh wow, if you accept when they show themselves to you, and if you want to accept their situation or their contact, it looks like the romance would be really good, and it feels warm and fuzzy. Feels like family, a really beautiful relationship. And also there's faith there. There's a belief set in place already. So either by you or them, or both, And also they're either a hard, this is a hard, that has a long ways, and there's still going to be some hardship, or some it's going to be not as easy to get to know each other, or to be together, or there's something, either maybe both religions are not the same, or the culture is not the same, or there's something that's going to make things be a little bit difficult to be together, although it would be beautiful. But there's something about the belief system in there that's a little different from each other. Yes, and then this might be an issue, and you may always think, this isn't the right, or this isn't this way, or this isn't that way, and so the negativity set in, and you always constantly look down and see, well, why this and why that. Meanwhile, there is some really good stuff there, but this issue is going to be a burden on this couple, on this relationship. So if this person comes through, just to let you know that there is something that you would have to overcome. So that's up to you whether you pursue it or not, but that's definitely some issue that will come up. Okay, so it's quite serious. Let's see what's going on here. This is your spiritual guide, or your divine, or a message from who you believe in, your angels, whoever it is. Oh, there's two. Okay, so I feel like there's almost two different separate messages, or you just have, your guide has a lot to say to you. Between worlds, so there's definitely a knowing, or definitely a change or a new beginning, or something's going on that's some you just ended in a relationship, or and you're going to start a new one, or this is just new. This is just noticed you and pursuing it just now. So it's not like long time. It's not like they've been stalking you or anything like that, but you've been noticed, and in a short time they decided to do something about it. Or it's a new life, new way of being, you know. And yeah, building blocks. So it's a new start, a new way. So out of this person, out of this relationship, if you take this relationship, you may have to learn a whole new way of being, a new set of a new system, a new belief system, maybe, or new understanding of some kind, and build. You're gonna have to build from the ground up a new foundation. And if it's for someone who's wondering about this, yeah, there's definitely a lot to learn, and that's what I'm getting. So I'm going to leave it at that. So let's see. So far for your admirer, well, this person is kind of like wondering and looking around and looking for something. So they're looking. They don't know if they found what they're looking for, but you're definitely someone that they're looking at. They have few choices. They have a few options, or, you know, and they're thinking. They don't even know if they want to. They're like, you know, that might be not good anyway. They're kind of negative. They're kind of looking down. Kind of like they have like this. Everything is upside down for them. Their thinking is not right, and so they do look at you and wonder, but they're not 100% right in their thinking sometimes, or at all at the moment. Let's see what's going on. Well, this person here, they're a person that's starting over. They're having a fresh start. They had some issues, and they put it behind them, and they're looking ahead and starting new. So that's why they're still in that state, because whatever tragedy or whatever happened to them, it kind of was upset their world, upset who they are, upset their foundation, and they kind of like have to step up and start over and build this whole passion for life over again. So yeah, so they've just been through something quite heavy. So you might pick that up, like there's what's wrong with them, or why they, you know, you may pick that up. They're indecisive. They're like they don't know how to make a decision, or scared to make a decision. They're even like scared to even move. I get almost like a feeling like they're like, oh, what should I do, and they're trying to protect themselves and not put themselves out there too much, you know. And then they're really yeah, they're in a fragile state for some reason, and yet they look at you and think, but then at the same time they don't know. So this secret admirer admires you from afar, and they're not really they have a crush on you, but they're not so far. Doesn't seem like they're pursuing it. Yeah, they're very they're a person that receives a lot of support in some ways, or so their friends really care about them, and they are in a way supported by all, and even like, I mean, people bring them, and they do exchange and stuff like this. This person has dark brown hair, or almost brownish, has almost like real dark brown hair, chocolate brown, or even auburn brown, and even I want to say like a chestnut brown, you know, but a deep brown, almost blackish brown too. Could have, like, you know, like the highlights could be in the dark and then lighter, but it's definitely in the browns. And they also have long legs. They seem to have long legs, and they have For some, I want to say that they have like a bony elbow. I don't know why. Anyway, that was said. And they have, they have a short torso. Like they have longer legs, but yet they still look good. They look good. They definitely look good. I want to say they're cute. That's the word that comes to mind, is that they're cute. They have dark eyes too. They do. They're almost black but dark, and could be it could be like the chocolate brown with the darker rim around their eyes too. But it's either really really dark brown, or the eyes has a dark brown around them. What else am I picking up? Wow, so far that's it. So far. So, yeah, they want a second chance. They want to start over. They do. They've been wanting that. So their intentions is for a new fresh start. So they want to pick themselves up and do something good. And you seem to be their idea of a new start. They think that they have this way of looking at you and having this spark of life. They almost have a romance. Like they want to, they dream about you. That's what I want to try to say. They have like this dream, this spark. So that's their intention, is definitely to try to have a new start. And they like to pick you for that new start. They like to be with you. And that's their intention. So they're not ready right now. So they see you, but they're not really ready to do anything right this minute. They got to get themselves that fresh start, like get themselves passionate, because they're not quite there. And they got to make that decision to go ahead and do it. And they're pondering on that. They're not all that strong yet to take that next step. But you're in the process of an idea, no more no less. They're not really stalking you. I don't pick that up. They're just noticing you and thinking, and maybe having a little bit of like a spark, or maybe a daydream. I wonder if this person, if that would work out. That's how I'm getting it. It's not all that serious yet anyway. They've had a lot of disappointments. People haven't followed through, and they've lied to them a lot. And so that was kind of like not good. And they didn't have also a much chance of understanding why this happened to them, or why people were like this with them, or why. They have a lot of why questions, and they didn't understand this. What happened? Like what came over them? That's why they're having a hard time, because it's totally unfair to them, and they just didn't understand. But they're not trying to be a victim. They're just trying to get their strength back so they can pursue, right? But they're not going to pursue till they feel better. So I don't want, they're not out there to be a victim kind of thing. They're just they just need time still. But definitely, yeah, they're leaving that behind. They're putting it behind them, and they really want to start over. They want to have so they're leaving all that behind them. They're putting it behind them. So for right now, this person is not going to approach you anytime soon. That's for sure. But when they do, yes, when they do, things will be good. Things will definitely, you'll be supportive to it, or the relationship will be supported, or their action will be supported. So when they come, you'll be like, oh, interesting. Yeah, they're interesting, and there'll be some happy because they've succeeded in building their lives and having a better understanding of things, and being in their passion back. I guess it's not so much of passion as much as it is that they're going to be doing their lives step by step, and creating what they need, and doing their everyday life. And so when they introduce themselves to you, you see them as a normal, healthy person who's doing their everyday life, and you'll be like, oh, interesting. But that's as far as it goes. it doesn't seem like there's much there. It's just too new. It's too soon and too new. So your spiritual guide or your divine or your angels. Oh, did you see that? How that jumped out? So the yin number 2. So yeah, things aren't quite the way it seemed. Things aren't quite balanced. They're not. Yeah, they're definitely. They're not as peaceful or they're not. It's like, yeah, this is not a good situation for you. That's what you're, so they do come up to you and they do bring themselves out to manage, to bring themselves out to you. It seems like they're trying to say to you that it's not really all that great or not really all that good. So kind of like maybe, yes, friends, but it doesn't seem like there's much more than that. Like if the spark won't be there, or it's just not the right person. That's what I'm getting. So just to let you know. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. Group number 4. Let's see what's going on. Lots of stuff going on. Let's see what I can pick up. Okay, so this is about your admirer. And your admirer, well, this is a person that seems to have lots. They sometimes they get some mishaps, but they're definitely in control. They definitely pick themselves up and continue, and they're very passionate. They don't mind sharing their feelings and who they are and putting themselves out there. They give a lot, they receive a lot, they have a lot of friends, they're very social, they don't seem to be the center of attention. I don't get that. Well, they kind of do. People notice them and say, "Oh, look who's here," but their personality doesn't blow up when they walk in the room. They just walk in the room as they are, as who they are, and then just continue life. It's just that they're just likable. People just enjoy them, but without them putting themselves out. Like some people are bubbly or sunshine, or they just light up the room. That's not this type of person. They just walk in and it's just like someone that's like everyone else, but yet the people draw to them. They like them. Okay, so what's going on here? They're thoughtful, and they love to help and join in, and they love to do. That's why people like them, because they take part in life. They take part in what's going on in their community, in their social media, their groups, their family. They just like to take part and join and just they enjoy everybody, but they're thoughtful and put together, and they're also, they think a lot. But they also have funny thoughts. They do joke or have a sense of humor that's maybe a little dry, a little out there a little bit sometimes. They're a little kooky, if that makes sense, because that's a word I never use, so it must be specific for someone. So here, again, they're very social. They take part. They actually do. Like, they don't just want to do it or just say they're being thoughtful. They actually go and do and help, and they're thoughtful, but then they also take one step farther and actually do what they think, or do what they think needs to be done. And they're very caring and loving. That's for sure. They seem to have no qualms. They weigh their decision, though. They don't help just anybody. It has to be fair, and it has to be a good idea. They know when they need to help and when not. They know when it's fair. They have this knowing, and sometimes they just know what to do to make that person feel better. They just have that in them, Well, this person here has, I want to say that they have, well, they definitely have a different color eye, like a hazel or some color that they might even wear contacts and change their eye color to a different color, but they seem like they have some color that's not as common, or they change their they have contacts, or they wear glasses, you know. They seem to have something wrong with one of their eyes, so either their view is not great, so to me they wear glasses or wear contacts, or they have a change in color of their eyes, and it's just the eyes that have a different something different about them. They also they have a different style. Definitely have a different style, and they kind of out there when they dress. Like they're a little eccentric. They also, their hair, the way they do their hair, they have something about their hair that's a little different than others, and yet looks good, and they look good. They just but they have their own way of doing things, and that adds to their personality type thing. They also they have this they're they're a little heavy, like not heavy in a bad way, but I mean a little they have like maybe heavier on their hips, or they're just a little bit like short, maybe a little stocky for a guy, like stocky, a little bit short, not short to the point where it's that noticeable, but I mean it's just not, he's not 6 foot, put it this way. You know, he might be like a little under 6'4" or whatever. It's under that, like it's definitely under 6. For me it's like just 6 or under 6, or even lower, depends on the age, I guess. It would be under the age. Yeah, well, you get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, and then they don't seem to exercise, so that's maybe why they're just a little heavier. They're not, but it's not they're still good looking. They're not overly heavy. They're just a little bit, and they don't care to exercise, so it's not even part of their life. Never will be, never want to be. They just like who they are. They're the way they are, and they accept who they are, and they're well put together. They dress nice, they look good, but they just have their own style, you know. Yeah, that's it. So that was a lot. Well, here, let me see their intentions. Well, they definitely they definitely are a dream, and they're a dreamer, or they're passionate, or they have something. So you're definitely in their mind, and they really believe that if they wait the right moment, then something could happen. But they got to wait the right moment. So their intention is for you to let you know who they are, and make a move on you in some way, a romantic move on you some way. So they're going to try to ask you out, or on a date or something. They're definitely going to, when it's the right time. And again, it might be the time of year, the time of what's going on out there that they can't, and that might stop them. You know, maybe they're waiting for things to calm down out there before they react. But there's definitely a reason why they're waiting, because it's not the right timing, or they're waiting for the right timing. And also, it could be through social media, because of, you know, again, what's happening out there. Maybe that's how you know them. I don't know. I don't pick up right now how you met them, or how they know you. I don't get that. Almost feels like you're kind of like you didn't meet, or you know each other but not really, or you don't fit in each other's circles or something. There's definitely something like that. I don't feel like you're connected in some way yet. they don't deal with problems very well, and also they don't make decisions, so they're all over the place. They're not really all that stable, even though they're very successful. They're very successful, and they know what to do, when to do it. They think clearly enough, but they're in a little chaos. Like, they're not organized. They're not they don't balance their life in a good way. They're kind of, like I said, all over the place. At home, maybe their home is messy. Maybe they start something, and they may start something else, and then they end up doing it all. But when, who knows, type person. So they're disorganized a little bit, and they don't plan very well. But they actually do their things, and they're capable, and they're very successful. But how, no one knows, type thing. It's sort of like that. Yeah, if you were to meet them, and if they were to want to start something up, it looks like it would be pretty interesting. Definitely interesting. It could be something that you would be interested in for sure. Yeah, they definitely have a lot to offer, and you may be interested in that. You may wonder, like, should I, shouldn't I? Yeah, there you go. There's a shouldn't I, should I try this, or should I leave it behind? Like, you're definitely going to have to think about it. But but they do have something wonderful to offer, and they can offer you the world, and it can be quite successful. But it's up to you whether you want to take them on or not. So you're going to have to think about that. It's really going to be up to you. Okay. Oh, right away. Yeah, it's a rainbow with milk and honey. Like, I mean, it's going to be good memories. This is from your spiritual guide, your divine, your angel, or whoever, the one you believe in your messages. I want to tell you that they wanted to say that this would be like a rainbow. It would have a lot of goodness in it, a lot of richness in it, and a lot of memories, and you wouldn't be lacking for much. That's for sure. Things would work out. They would be solved, and you guys would become one. So this is a good match for you if you're interested. The only thing I'm wondering, that like this is coming up for some, is that they may not be exactly what you had in mind to be, like, that person to be with, or that's not what you would have chose, like this path for yourself, or this person maybe not have the appearance that you would normally be drawn to. So that's why you wondering, should I, shouldn't I? And anyway, it seems like it would be good if you take the chance on it. So that's that. Okay, group number 5. Let's see what's going on with you. So I'm taking a breath and lots of talking this reading. Okay, so yeah. Well, this is your admirer. This person, I want to say he right away for some reason. But this person is very strong, very capable, very alpha, very strong. Like they're very they like things their way. It's kind of like my way or the highway. They're very possessive in what they want. They know how to get what they want, and they don't mind. They're not shy to tell you what they want, and they don't really shy away from telling you what they want, and they have no qualms about it. So they're very very put together, but also opinionated, and very kind of strict on what they want. They don't sway much. That's what I'm picking up. This is the person that's you're looking at. Well, okay, I'll start with this one. They seem to have a lot of passion. They'll work things out. They'll fight their point. They'll rebel. They'll definitely uprise, follow me, this is the way, or they have a mission, or they'll take a cause, or they're definitely they confront issues, and they're not afraid of it. They'll also organize their friends, their surroundings. They're very capable and willing, and they're very, I want to say they're not lazy at all, because they actually do a lot, and a lot of good too. But it's always they always fight for the good, I guess. I really get that it's positive. I don't feel like they're fighting to argue. They're fighting for causes and good experiences. Emotionally inside, they seem to have a difficulty warming up. They like to warm up to people or share experiences, but they're really kind of cold. They have this reserved spot, and it's not easily pierced or easily accessed. They don't open up that much, and they keep people out. Like so people get to know them to a certain point, but no more than that, and they're not really even able to let people in that much, so they're more into doing, and their emotions are not really something that they wear on their sleeves, that's for sure. They're more apt to tell you to quiet down and just like stop being drama, and let's go do this or that. They're more into that. They have light hair, light brown hair, could be dark brown, or I mean not dark brown, that's what I meant to say, a dark blonde. The ashy color too, or they could dye their hair. I feel like some people might have been like a darker color, and they lighten their hair a lot. Their length is not really, it's like a shorter type or medium, like their shoulder length, or high or shorter. They don't like long hair that much, and it's more relaxed. They are a relaxed dresser. They like dressing in I want to say bum clothes for some, or casual clothes for others, or baggy loose clothing, or they also, but then it can look good. So it's fashionable, or it's well put together. It's not just thrown together. So what else am I picking up? Yeah, well, they don't do much when it comes to their health or their fitness. They're not into fitness. I don't feel that they low energy, so they may even get a lot of headaches, but they're low energy people. Even though they do lots, they tire, so they have like a tired way about them too, so that might come up in their appearance. They seem to be on the thin side too. Like it's not from exercising or being. It's more like I don't have time to eat, and so I'm not eating. Or I'm going to have a coffee and a donut because I can't seem to have time to have a proper meal, or I'm going to take a takeout type thing, because they're very busy. They're always doing for others. So if you don't feed them, they're not going to eat type thing. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. So what about, and this is what's their intentions? Well, their intentions are, everything's a possibility. Everything's up for possibility, and you're definitely part of one of the possibilities. And they want the strength, or they need the strength to make you part of their universe. So the reason they haven't approached you is because they're waiting to have that. They need to have that strength, or that I want to say that they have to become brave. There's something about needing that urge of strength to go follow through. They really need it. But then again, they're not open with their hearts, and so this is huge for them to want to be or be interested in someone that they want to pursue. Yeah, they have never made that decision. They've never made that decision before, like to actually pursue someone or approach someone or believe that someone could be good for them. Like they've had dates, they've been with people, but no one special. Like this is like for them, this is a different way. Like I'm not saying that they've never been with someone special. I don't mean that way. I mean they never went out of their way to approach someone in this way, like for them, if the person came into their lives, they came into their lives, but they didn't go pursue them, yeah, and for them this is new, and they want that experience. They're kind of excited and passionate. That's why they're careful and they don't want to rush in. So they're in your surroundings. I don't know where they are or where they're from, but they definitely know you. They've been around you. They've been waiting for their opportunity. You sparked up the want to get to know you, and it's just on the want though. They haven't approached you or really made themselves known to you yet, but they're definitely for them, this is definitely something that they want to go around and definitely create something with you. So if this was to happen, well, you know what? It's almost like the path would be like almost complete. Like it's almost like this would be something that you've been wanting and searching for too. Definitely something that you could support or you could handle, or you feel that this would be a fair match or a good match, or they do. Definitely, yeah. This is definitely this is definitely a person that you could work with, and you could see your dreams being complete. So this is a person that would interest you and you would be open to be with, and you both would feel differently, but in the same way, that this could be a possibility to do something good, and you would fit in different ways. So this is your spiritual guide, your divine, your angel, whoever you're believing is in, that comes to you. It's a message from them. So there you go. Well, there you go. Loyal hearts. Well, there you go. That can't be any better, can it? Yeah. So this is definitely someone that you could create a life with. So when they approach you and you get to know them, you can see them as someone that's definitely for you, and your divine or spiritual guide, or like I say, your angel, or who you believe in, who you talk to, or you have around you. They're definitely agreeing with this and approving it, and letting you know that this would definitely be something that would be calming, and you would know, and you're going to know who they are anyway when you meet them. You're going to have this knowing and this calmness about you. And yes, things won't be like easy. I mean, you definitely have work on to do. Relationship will always have to be built, but you'll work it together, you work it through, but yet you'll be very loyal to each other.